Now, at the beginning of the week, we saw here price was caught within a range and giving us a flat channel to work with. And of course, we want to be looking out for either a breakout or a breakdown of that range to give us an opportunity to either buy or sell. And with the situation here, we never saw the breakdown of the support line, so it negated the idea of selling, whereas we saw the breakout of the resistance line, which was a good signal for us to look out for buying opportunities in this particular market. So during the live session yesterday, we were around here. This was where we were during the live session, and I told us all that since we already have a breakout of the resistance line at the 1891, we shall be having a buy stop order above the structure to capitalize on an uptrend continuation. So we saw price initially move about 70 pips in our favor before the bearish momentum began, and price came back into the structure at the 1888. And remember what I said here yesterday, that the 1885 had been a very strong buying niche in this market. As you see, when price gets into this level or zone, we saw how sellers always struggled. We saw how buyers came in at every point in time to negate all sellers' attempts. We saw what happened here during the New York session yesterday, which further buttresses the strength of the buyers here. And I hope you did be on standby to capitalize on the breakout of the 1891. We saw the first one here. If you had missed out on that one, the market was very kind enough come back to retest structure and then give us this move. And if you had been part of this position, you should be having about 3 positions running in profit right now. We had the first position here at the breakout of the 1891. We added one more position at the breakout of the 1896, then one more position here, which I just identified this morning, had the 1900. So since the breakout of the 1891, price action has moved significantly well in our favor with over 100 pips in profit. And if you had added the breakout of the 1896, you will currently be running with over 150 pips in profit, which is not bad to start the week with. So congratulations to everyone who had been part of this profitable journey. So right now, if you still have your buy position running at this point, it is very, very important that you want to be securing your positions right now, as anything could still happen from this area. And from this structure here, I'm of the opinion that anywhere below the 1900 and around the 1897 seems most appropriate to secure or buy positions from this current market structure. Now, with a well-secured position, what is going to be our plans for today? Now, the first thing first I would like to state here is that remember at the beginning of the week, we acknowledged that price action has been on a very strong bearish momentum in the last couple of months. As you will see, we have trend lines to after connecting the series of lower highs to confirm the strength of the sellers. And yesterday we saw the breakout of that trend line, which is a very beautiful signal that we are likely that the trend line may no longer have the capacity to continue to negate the bullish attempt, and at the same time giving us signs that the buyers are getting stronger by the day. So with the breakout of this trend line right here, will price action come back to retest the structure, which also lines up with this ascending trend line here to incite another uptrend continuation? Well, that is a question that will be answered if price action at any point in time breaks down the 1900 level into this area, which could be a very good counter trend opportunity for you if you are a scalper or a short-term trader. But for me personally, I wouldn't be considering selling here. As you know, we have a breakout of the descending trend line here, and from a technical standpoint, when price breaks out of a trend line or a structure such as this, we expect price to come back and retest the structure to incite another wave of bullish momentum. So I would rather wait for the bearish momentum to happen, to culminate, and look out for buying pressure to join the uptrend continuation. So at this point in time on the XAUUSD, I remain very bullish. And for those who hope you have secured your position anyways, if you have secured your position, fine. So for today's trading session, how do we intend to manage this? And for those who had missed out on these opportunities, how can you capitalize on this one? Now, looking at this structure, I had a new level here at the 1900, another psychological level, which was a strong demand zone at some point in time. Let's look at that quickly together. I think on the on the daily time frame, let me see the 4 hours. Okay, on the daily time frame, let's look at the daily time frame. You can see the 1900 area. Look at this area here. Had the 1900. It was a strong demand zone at some point, and look at where price action is right now. Price action is right back at that zone. So are we going to see a retest of that structure to incite a sell-off, or is price going to climb above the 1009 to use it as a platform for an uptrend continuation? So it's a very big question we want to be answering here on the 1 hour time frame. So this is the 1900 area here. So we want to see how the market will react above this level. Now, for those who had missed out on the opportunity at the breakout of the 1009, let's see if the market will come back to retest the structure. And if it does, we'll look out for buying opportunities to join the uptrend continuation. However, if price breaks down the 1009, then selling pressure below that structure will incite selling opportunities. Remember, I told you I'm not going to be selling, but if you are a counter trend trader, a short-term trader, you might want to capitalize on that move. I think it's about how many pips move that is. That's about 90 to 100 pips move to catch there if you feel comfortable taking counter trend opportunity. But for me, I will be holding on to see how the market, where the sell momentum will end, and check out this bust up here to see how the market will react to that level. The 1896 also is an area to look out for how price will react to that level to join an uptrend continuation. So these are my views here on the XAUUSD for today. Then another thing here is the highest point where price action has been this week, which is the 1904, which we can also capitalize on to add more position to our existing trade. So 1904 duly marked out on the chart. You do want to be marking that out yourself on your chart right now, as we will be using it to capitalize on an uptrend continuation if price action breaks out of that level. So these are my views here on the XAUUSD for today. It's a very simple setup. Let's use it to our favor. Let's capitalize on the potential opportunity that lies ahead during the New York session today on this one. So if you have any questions whatsoever as regards to the current setup, feel free to let me know in the comment section. So I will be taking the next 10 to 15 seconds to see if there are any questions before we draw the curtain for today's trading session.